This is absolutely the most romantic snow camping experience. Even with howling winds and heavy snow, ... Men can also sing while eating chicken legs. Now, please gracefully place your left foot on top of your right foot. Hold onto your phone with 58% battery. Listen quietly to my bedtime story. The distant mountains were faintly visible through the thick fog, like an ink painting that hasn't fully dried. And in this tranquility, an SUV was slowly driving by. It's like a scorching hot stamp. In this landscape, human exploration leaves its mark among the thorns. Let us follow his path. Together, drive into the depths of this jungle, forgotten by time. Young Tai, under the direction of his girlfriend, park the car properly. Then the two of them set up on a flat area. Set up the tent. The weather here is always changing rapidly. Before you know it, snowflakes are falling. For this camping, a unique touch of white romance was added to life. 8 Thai super air pumps piled up on the tent's air vents. This kind of work clearly needs him to direct it. He kept up with the relentless, clockwork-like pumping. The tent was set up in no time. At this time, the snowflakes were like starflowers. It kept fluttering and swirling. The hostess busied herself, opening the tent flap, preparing to tidy up the interior space. Horn. Grandma Luo was still busy using kerosene to put the tent up. Roof. Safety is always a low drug requirement for wilderness survival. The clanging and banging sound, in conjunction with the flurry of university, ... It became a unique symphony in this forest. The lady of the house has already laid out the indoor floor mats. Vast. The old lady outside also helped carry the belongings out of the carriage. Move indoors. The temperature is getting lower and lower. They need to get the fire going quickly. Fortunately, there was plenty of loose firewood nearby. A little tidying up is enough for them. The snow quickly covered the tent. The woman quickly shook the bird off. By this time, they had collected enough firewood. Finally, I can crawl inside, organize all those miscellaneous things. With the retirement of time, the outside world has changed. Physics is also filled with various objects. It became warm and cozy. A heater was also set up in the corner of the tent. These are all taken care of. A Thai braved the wind and snow, organized the collected firewood neatly. We need to stockpile enough firewood to combat the low temperatures at night. Once everything was almost tidied up, a Thai found the waterway where the water had come out. The young couple nestled together. I'm going to get some life-giving substances from the distant river. The river water rushed and gushed forth. The scenery is beautiful, but they won't linger for even a second longer. After fetching water, they hurriedly crawled into the tent. It's both heartbreaking and funny. I need to come back for the camera. In this short while, 3 or 4 centimeters of residue had already accumulated on the tent. To avoid adding extra weight to the tent, they knocked the snow off the house from inside. Of course, this also makes it easier to extend the chimney. Otherwise, wouldn't the heating system be just for show? The first snow after the start of winter. That's quite a large scale. In addition, the strong winds in the valley. This camping trip was full of unexpected twists and turns. However, after they had a long time of fussing, ... thick smoke finally billowed out of the chimney. With this warmth, the young couple finally felt a little more at ease. time slipped away unnoticed, and night fell. They were busy preparing for tonight's nurses. Compared to the warm fire in the stove inside the house, the cool color scheme outside is a completely different style. At this moment, the hostess quickly made 2 cups of hot coffee. A pot of chicken legs was also cooked in the pot. Please wait a moment. Wait until the water boils. Skim off the foam on top. Add some more seasonings, and it's ready to serve. Although the cooking methods are relatively simple, but a sip of hot soup in winter is also delicious. Sizzle. Come out after you've eaten. The snow has already covered a thick layer. Etai held a shovel. Clear the snow around the tent. Fortunately, the snowfall stopped being so severe. The small nest looks fine. They should be crawling into bed. I'm going to sleep until I naturally wake up. The next day, the smoke from the onion was puffing out long plumes of smoke. Distant mountains and nearby snow come together. The scene was so beautiful, it was like a painting. A row of crystal curtains was also hung on the tent, but their shelter remained unharmed overnight. The 2 of them were still lying in bed, unwilling to get up. They dawdled until almost noon. They slowly walked out of the tent. After washing her face, the hostess prepared a simple breakfast, paired with the leftover chicken soup from last night. This breakfast, though it doesn't look fancy, yet it is also simple and unpretentious. The strong sunshine filled my stomach. They enjoyed the beautiful scenery outside for a while. Then I went back to pack my things and prepare to go home. The tent deflated and was stuffed into the carriage. Just like when we came. To leave this place, they'll have to rely on their off-road vehicles. Etai slid the snow off the windshield. Almost done. They then stepped on the gas and drove off. Who knows when the next snowfall will come? Will they return again? Can't sleep. Doom scrolling again. I see. I'm psychic. You're on your side. Left foot over the right one. Knew it. Anyway, enjoy some snowy RV vibes. If you're new here, don't be shy. Leave a comment. Go on. Alright. Story time. It was early winter in Ionia. A blizzard was coming. So naturally, Tag and his wife drove straight into the wilderness. They heard blizzard warning and thought, let's go. Because some people just really like camping in the snow. This is their trusty grey van, a 2.5-year veteran. The trees were huge. The van was not. The ground was a soggy mess. So they just pulled over and called it camp. Oh, and of course, they brought a dog. The RV's got a cool trick, an extension deck. Pop out the supports. Slap a ladder on the side. And boom. Instant patio. Legs, too short. Ambition, too high. Inside, it's less luxury, more, it works. This tiny house on wheels is small, but it's got all the important gizmos. The RV has its own weather-defying force field. So while a blizzard rages outside, they're cozy and smug on the sofa. Time to venture out for fire-making stuff. To avoid freezing, and also to eat, Tagger attacks a blizzard-felled log with a saw, slicing it into giant wooden coasters. These will go under the ladder, because wobbly is bad. And now, for Blizzard, Part 2. The wind took a smoke break, so the snow's just falling straight down. Teamwork makes the wood chopping work. He handles the lumberjack duties, while she handles the far more critical coffee duties. Just as Taji finishes hauling the last of the wood, they grab their coffee and watch the world turn white. Now properly caffeinated and slightly less frozen, Taji gets back to violently subdividing logs. He feeds the hungry outdoor stove. He makes fire. Let the snowpocalypse camping begin. The ground, which was dirt a second ago, is now officially a winter wonderland. His wife, meanwhile, inside, side dishes are happening. Outside, Tage is grilling meat in a blizzard. For fun. This is what they call a proper camping trip. Tage deploys the mood lighting. A few lanterns stuck to the RV. The dim light bravely fights the endless white. Boom. Cozy. The sky gets dramatically blue, and the meat is grilled to absolute perfection. A beef-scented bomb detonates, assaulting every nostril in the RV. The dog, who is obviously part of the family, joins the humans for their frozen feast. Let's be clear, as a Turk, Taji's grilling skills are elite. He grabs some homemade bread, crams it with hot beef, and the wife's freshly fried onion rings. Finally, pickles and tomatoes join the party. Roll it up. Tage takes the plunge. After a long day of this is pure bliss. Stuffed, they go for a post-dinner stroll. Thanks to basic physics, Tage exits the RV, steaming like a hot pocket. Snowflakes gently mock his warmth. It's a balmy -20 degrees out. Somehow, he finds this relaxing. Time to start the engine before they freeze. Solid. The RV starts. A frosty miracle. He scurries back inside and collapses on the sofa for a nap. Outside, planet Hoth at -20 degrees. The snow is flying sideways with rage. But inside, they have snacks. It's iPad movie time until the sleepies hit. Tagi kills the outdoor lights, then checks the furnace so they don't explode. Now for some Arviatris bed edition. The table folds down, then the two matching sofa cushions become the mattress. Sheets and pillows are deployed. And poof, a questionable bed is born. They squeeze onto their tiny creation, recapping the day's adventure. Such happy campers. Or maybe their smiles are just frozen that way. The dog serves as a furry, judgmental foot warmer. Outside, the woods are spooky. And then, eventually, it's morning. The blizzard has leveled up. The RV is now an igloo. Excellent camouflage. But our heroes are still hibernating. The howling wind is Taja's alarm clock. He cracks open the door and inhales a lungful of pure, crisp freedom. The snooze button wins again. He's up, so is the sun, eventually. The Firewood's wearing its winter coat. Tage summons the transforming table. Time for some culinary cope with the wife. Breakfast, the prequel to lunch. However, the dog's bladder has other plans. Happy holidays, or whatever. Back from their walk, feeling alive again. Back in the camper, Tage starts a mushroom massacre. All in the name of breakfast. Next, his wife presents a platter. and banishes the shrooms to the hotbox. Tajay delivers the expertly dunked tea. The mushrooms emerge, fragrant and sweaty. Then, a glorious cheese avalanche. Another 2.5 minutes in the oven and breakfast is served. The carb delivery system, a humble slice of bread. He takes the glorious goo of mushrooms and cheese and plops it on the bread. This one bite makes it all worthwhile. Fully fueled, Taji goes outside to retract the escape ladder. The sky provides a dramatic, snowy send-off. With the ladder secured, Taja returns to the captain's chair. He fires up the land yacht and flees the frozen tundra. You're still here. Enjoy your brain movie. See you later.